Let's get right into it. Number 8. Escaped from the cult of one. Imagine having a superpower that lets you spot toxic people from a mile away. Well, some people actually have this power. They're the ones who escaped from what psychologists call a cult of one. Basically, a relationship where one person tries to control everything about your life. When these people finally break free, they develop something incredible. Their brain basically gets upgraded with a built-in manipulation detector. They can spot a fake compliment faster than a cat spots a laser pointer. They can sense emotional manipulation coming before the manipulator even opens their mouth. Scientists have actually studied this phenomenon. They found that survivors of these relationships develop an almost supernatural ability to read micro-expressions, that tiny twitch in someone's face that most people miss. These folks catch it every time. They're basically the human equivalent of those airport security scanners, except instead of finding hidden weapons, they find hidden manipulation tactics. They become like a walking, talking manipulation Wikipedia for their friends. Their friend starts dating someone new and says, "They told me I can't hang out with my other friends anymore because they love me too much." And their red flag radar starts going crazy. They're sitting there like, "Hold up, I've seen this episode before, and trust me, the season finale sucks." It's like they've got a PhD in spotting BS, but instead of student debt, they paid with emotional trauma. Number 7. The Poacher turned Gamekeeper. Imagine having a built-in radar for danger, like a superhero's sixth sense. That's exactly what happens when someone with a shady past decides to use their powers for good. These folks used to be the ones pulling off scams, dodging cops, and living life on the wrong side of the law. Now they're using those same skills to spot trouble from a mile away. It's like having a former bank robber design your security system. They've got this weird superpower where they can spot a scam just by noticing tiny details that most people would miss. Like how that security guard is wearing boots that no real guard would wear, or how that police officer is standing just a little bit wrong. Where normal people see a friendly handshake, they're seeing 17 different signs that someone's trying to pull a fast one. Some of them even team up with the same type of people who used to chase them down. A former art thief working with museum security, or that former scammer who now runs a YouTube channel exposing every new con trick in the book. Number 6. The Champion of Misfits. Picture this. You're that kid in school who never quite fit in, but that feeling of being different is like getting a superpower in disguise. You start noticing other kids sitting alone at lunch. You see the new student struggling to make friends, and something clicks in your brain. You realize you've got special eyes that spot lonely people like a superhero spots trouble. It's like having a built-in radar that goes off whenever someone needs a friend. You become like those Japanese pottery masters who fix broken bowls with gold. The cracks don't disappear, they become the most beautiful part. You turn your dark past into a flashlight, and you use it to help other people find their way out of the dark. Number 5. The Cycle Breaker. Imagine being the only person in your family who goes to therapy. Everyone else thinks you're crazy for airing dirty laundry to strangers, but you're not crazy. You're what psychologists call a cycle breaker. Think of it like being the first person in your family to realize the house is on fire. While everyone else is sitting in the living room pretending everything's fine, you're the one running for the fire extinguisher. Being a cycle breaker comes with some pretty interesting superpowers. First off, you develop this almost superhuman ability to spot toxic behavior from a mile away. It's like having emotional spider sense. You also become really good at building what therapists call a chosen family. Think of it like being the casting director of your own life movie. Instead of being stuck with whatever characters you were born into, you get to handpick your supporting cast. Cycle breakers often become their own parents. Not in a weird multiple personality way, but in the sense that they learn to give themselves the love and support they never got as kids. And scientists have found that cycle breakers actually develop different brain patterns than their family members. Number 4. The Con Artist turned Candor-Master. Imagine being so good at lying that you could convince anyone of anything. That was life for these special con artists, but living in a world of lies isn't the freedom you'd think it is. Every new lie is another bar in your prison, and you're the one building it. They had so many fake identities, they'd forgotten who they really were. Then something incredible happens. They hit rock bottom and realize there's only one way out. They have to become the exact opposite of what they were. These former con artists transform into what you might call truth fanatics. They become human lie detectors because they know every trick in the book. They can spot a fake smile from a mile away because they used to practice those in the mirror. These people become obsessed with honesty, not just normal honesty, but radical honesty. They're allergic to even the smallest white lie because they know where that road leads. Their word becomes their superpower. When a reformed con artist tells you something, you can bet your life on it being true, because they know better than anyone the price of a lie. Their past, which should be their greatest shame, becomes their greatest strength. Number 3. The Ground Zero Architect. Imagine having everything stripped away from you. Your money, your relationships, your reputation, all gone. Most people would curl up into a ball and give up. But there's this weird thing that happens when you hit absolute rock bottom. You discover this strange kind of freedom. When you've lost everything, what's left to be afraid of? It's like being a video game character who's already used up all their lives. Suddenly, you can try the craziest moves because what's the worst that could happen? You're already at zero, and that's when something fascinating happens. You become what I call a ground zero architect. Your fear of failure is gone. Your need for approval vanished. Your attachment to the way things should be is gone. And that's when you start getting creative in ways that would have seemed insane before. It's like being a chef who's lost all their fancy ingredients and has to make something amazing with just salt and potatoes. That's when real innovation happens. Those people who invented amazing things during their darkest times were ground zero architects. They didn't just rebuild their old lives. They created something entirely new. Hitting rock bottom isn't the end of your story. It's just the tutorial level for your comeback arc. Number 2. The Phoenix Who Mastered Reality. Imagine waking up one day and actually being excited about watching paint dry. This is about people who turned their battle with addiction into a superpower. When you're deep in addiction, your brain only lights up for one thing. Everything else might as well be in black and white. But when these people finally break free, it's like they got upgraded to seeing in HD. Suddenly, they're noticing things that most people walk right past. The way morning dew sparkles on grass becomes better than any artificial high. The sound of birds chirping hits different when you're actually present to hear it. It's like they developed this weird superpower where ordinary stuff becomes extraordinary. Their dark past actually helped them appreciate these little things more than people who never struggled. It's like having to eat nothing but bland food for years, and then suddenly tasting chocolate for the first time. These people don't just notice the good stuff, they celebrate it like they just won the lottery. A quiet morning with a cup of coffee becomes better than any party they've been to. Now they walk around like they've got some cosmic inside joke with the universe. Maybe hitting rock bottom is actually finding the foundation for building something extraordinary. Number 1. The Unflinching Veteran of Chaos. Ever notice how some people just don't flinch when everything's falling apart? While everyone else is running around like headless chickens, they're just standing there, calm as a cucumber. These are the people who've danced with danger so many times they've learned all its moves. Their past is basically an extreme boot camp for life. They've done things that would make most people's hearts stop. All that crazy stuff actually rewired their brains. It's like they've built up an immunity to panic. Scientists have actually studied this phenomenon in extreme athletes and military veterans. These people's brains literally process fear differently than the average person. It's like they've developed an emotional shock absorber. If you've literally stared death in the face and said, "Not today, buddy," your boss yelling about a missed deadline just doesn't hit the same. These are the people you want around when everything goes wrong. While everyone else is losing their minds over a problem, they're already 3 steps into solving it. They're like human lighthouses in a storm, helping others navigate through their own chaos. Sometimes dancing with chaos is just practice for becoming someone else's calm in the storm. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.